Okay, we're back again with another one of these. I have a cover open because we're doing a head MANIP tutorial on this. It's gonna take a little while to get into. I'm finding a background right now. I'm just gonna go with the first one that I find here because I'm not making this cover for like anybody but myself. It's gonna end up breaking this down into like multiple different videos where I show you guys multiple different things. So, haha, this one's just the first one. I'm gonna go into PNGs that I found on Google. I checked my phone during this time. Sorry about that. I have ADHD. Went into Marvel and scrolled through them for a little bit when I really shouldn't have been. But you know, it is what it is. And then I kind of ended up deciding on one at some point. So I'm just gonna let. I'm just going to.
Don't be a fucking smart
you know, sorry if you guys can hear my friends. I'm on FaceTime. I have it as low down as I can. I choose a Natasha Romanoff one because why not MANIP over Scarlett Johansson's face? Just gonna reposition it to make it look okay for like where I want it. This one's a bit weird because of like the way that her head is tilted back. So like honestly, all of the heads are gonna look weird, especially this first one that I tried to do. I can't tell you why I chose Lily Collins. I just have a lot of photos of her, so I just kind of went with that because I knew that I would be able to find something that's manipulable. I'm moving that just so I can see things a bit better. I'm gonna end up scrolling through this and choose the first one that was on there, and I'm not even gonna end up using that one. It's kind of embarrassing. And by kind of, I mean extremely embarrassing, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna wait until we go back up there. Why are we going so slow? I know why we're going so slow. It's because I literally was like, oh, what do I choose? The big tip that I can give when it comes to doing head manips is finding positions for both the body and the head that work together similarly enough. If you're using a stock image, you can find a good few on Google. Okay, this is actually a really fun fact on Photoshop CC20 and above. If you go to that little like thing that I clicked, and click select subject, you can make your own PNG and it like will make it instantly for you. And then I'll show you when I choose the other one, and then I just go in and erase all of the pieces that I'm not going to use. Honestly, should be a bit more, like you should lower the opacity and kind of know where you're erasing, but at this point I don't care. It is what it is. I lower the eraser by using the bracket key on my keyboard, and it makes it smaller. And I'm erasing using my tablet because it's easier to do that than with the mouse. Sorry. Thought I was gonna cough there. And that it just looked weird and off to me, so then I tried to reposition it and it just didn't work out. So, I mean, like, you're gonna see me, like, go through this multiple different times where I try to, like, make the sizes a bit different, where I try to make it look better, and it doesn't always work out. So, sometimes you just have to go back in and change things and go with the flow a bit more. You know, it is what it is. I don't know what I was trying to do because nothing was working at all. But, you know, I tried. And see, like, that's, like, the weird thing because, like, her head is much different position-wise compared to the PNG, and I figured that was going to be a bit more difficult, but I figured if I can show a bit more difficult head manip versus one that's not as difficult, you guys would be able to show, like, see that it's not all that difficult. And now we're going back through and we're gonna look at the multiple different images that I have and try to choose something else. So now we're gonna, have I found the photo yet? No, I don't think I have. Wait, I might have, and I just haven't clicked on it yet, or maybe not. I don't really remember at this point. Kind of blanked this all out, and I literally just made this, so that's on me. Yeah, no, I opened that up. It didn't look like it was gonna work, so I didn't. So now I'm gonna go back to another place where I know that I have more Lily Collins images because of stuff that I do for my own stories and everything. And I find it in here, mixed together with all my Twilight stuff that I do for my Twilight fic. Which honestly, if anything, if I'm gonna do like showing how to make actual like manips instead of like head manips, I'll probably be doing that in retrospect, like here. Okay, now we found the image. I'm doing the select subject again to make the PNG. I didn't like that random little dot, so then you go back into like that select thing and you choose that second one there, and most of the time it allows you to get like the hairs and everything, but it wasn't really working because the background was similar enough to the hair color that it was like being stupid. So I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna kind of like try to get rid of it, and then it's gonna do that to me. So then I scroll in and I just choose and select that because it's easier than not doing anything. And then Command C for me, but Control C for other people to copy and paste, and then Command V, Control C, Control V, obviously making the head fit a bit better. And then I found an image that kind of worked. And I'm going to go in and erase, and using the brackets again to make it bigger. Erasing the body. I definitely should have done some skin tone adjustments, but I honestly did not care enough to do it, and it looks fine anyways once you put on the PSDs in the end, or like the filters. I think you get to see the PSDs that I used and everything in the title placement video. So now I'm just gonna like place the head where I feel like it looks the best and where it needs to be. And so here I am, like, ooh, which head looks better? I'm definitely gonna choose the second one. And then you see me deleting that. And now it's just gonna kind of go on to like drawing and coloring over the hair, which I feel like is something that, like, I mean, I've already made a tutorial on, but sometimes like it's better to see it, you know, in context for something like this. Obviously, I'm gonna choose a hair color that's similar. I kind of found that orangish tone to work well. And I'm just gonna start drawing. And this is obviously the first base layer, so it's gonna be a bit weird looking and flat and not dimensional for the first little bit. This just in though, she's incredibly pretty with like any hair length. Like literally, it's unfair. She's so pretty. And we're going back to more coloring and I love doing hair so much. So much. If you saw that, I was making my brush smaller to fit better for some of like those hair things going on. Coloring over. I'm scooting in. I was wondering what that was on her face. It's fine. It'll go away whenever we do the highlights and everything in a separate video. Because I use the same base for 4 different videos, because why not? I was already working on one thing. This one is definitely like the longest one though. And now I'm making it smaller, and then I was gonna go in and try to do something like that, but I thought it looked really bad, so I'm gonna erase it at some point, right then and there. By the way, you don't really need to click those things. You can just push E on your keyboard, and it'll bring you the eraser. B on the keyboard, and it brings you the brush tool. But I'm too lazy to do that sometimes. T will get you the text tool. And now I'm going back in and adding some hair strokes so that it looks real. I'll be going in and adding some highlights at some point, I'm pretty sure. Some darker and deeper tones to the hair, covering up that ear, because why not? Okay, now a new layer, and so now we're going to make it a deeper tone. And I feel like I'm giving a hair tutorial all over again, but you know, it is what it is. Making the brush a bit bigger. If you want to know what brushes I'm using, you can find that down below. Not below, in my hair drawing tutorial video. Yep. Adding some dimension to the hair, some much needed dimension in the places where it needs. Now I'm going to choose a lighter color because it needs more dimension, which means having lighter tones as well. The last little bit of this video is literally just going to be hair, so technically you don't even really need to watch anymore, but yeah, that's what's going on. I think I'm gonna make a new layer soon. Oh no, am I gonna... I don't know what I was doing there. New layer. Back to a super light color. Adding some more highlights. Just some random places. Doing what I do. So cute. And now we're gonna do some hair strands. And so I didn't find it up there in my recently used, so we're gonna go down there and we're gonna switch it out to like 4-point font, which I'm gonna actually change back to a 3-point font. 3-point font, no, 3-point like brush point. That's embarrassing. Y'all didn't hear that at all. But yeah, that's right about where this video is going to be coming to an end, is just with the hair strands and everything. I don't really remember where I left. I think it was literally like I stopped